Welcome back to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. Tonight, let's drift gently into the shadows between true crime and ghost stories, where murders, mysteries, and lingering spirits meet. These are real places and real crimes that have given rise to legends and hauntings whispered through generations. Women hurry home beneath flickering lamps, boots clicking on cobblestones slick with mist. Catherine Eddowes, one of the Ripper's final victims, is said to appear in Mitry Square. Passers-by report glimpses of a pale figure drifting through the darkness or hear soft sobbing echoing off the old brick walls. Built in the 1920s, its hallways have known murders, suicides, and mysteries that keep ghost stories alive to this day. In 2013, the strange death of Elisa Lam brought the hotel global notoriety. Let your eyes grow heavy and your mind drift safely as we explore the chilling echoes of true crime's haunted past. We begin in London's East End, under gaslit streets in the autumn of 1888. Jack the Ripper roams Whitechapel's foggy alleys. Holmes designed his hotel to lure and trap his victims, with hidden passageways, soundproof rooms, and a basement for horrors best left unspoken. Passers-by claim to hear muffled cries or see fleeting shadows in the lot where the castle once loomed. A strange heaviness lingers in the air, as if the restless spirits of Holmes's victims still wander, searching for escape. The Ripper's murders shocked the world, but it is the ghosts of his victims that linger still. In the French Quarter, the Lalaurie mansion stands as an enduring testament to cruelty after a fire exposed her attic. Of horrors, she fled to France, but her victims remained behind, some say in spirit. Visitors report chains rattling in the night, cries echoing down staircases, and ghostly figures drifting through locked rooms. Today, the bell which caved near Adams, Tennessee, draws visitors who swear they hear hushed voices in the dark or feel unseen fingers brush their skin. Locals claim the spirit still watches, a piece of true crime woven into American folklore. Guests speak of feeling cold hands on their shoulders, hearing a woman's voice calling from empty rooms, or seeing a shadowy figure peering from the upstairs window long after dark. In 1892, Andrew and Abby Borden were found brutally murdered with an axe. The crimes and misfortunes of the Monte Cristo live on in whispered tales and midnight footsteps. Guests at the Borden house, now a bed and breakfast, report axes striking in the attic, hushed voices in the parlor, and the shadow of Lizzie herself drifting through darkened halls. In the 18th century, Anne Tottenham was said to have fallen in love with a mysterious visitor who revealed cloven hooves before vanishing into thin air. A true crime tale that became a ghost story, one that never quite sleeps. Visitors hear children's giggles, whispers among the dolls, and the faint sound of footsteps following them through the swamps. Whether legend or crime or something between, the dolls' eyes never close. The Lalaurie mansion remains one of America's darkest true crime tales, wrapped forever in ghost stories. True crime leaves shadows. But here in your bed, you are warm, calm, and safe. The world outside can whisper and moan, but your dreams are peaceful. Let your eyelids grow heavy. Let these stories fade into soft darkness. Sleep well, knowing that no ghost can follow where you go in dreams. Built in 1885, the house saw tragedy after tragedy. Murders, accidents, and unexplained deaths plagued the Crawley family who owned it for generations. Today, visitors hear knocks behind old walls, footsteps on empty staircases, and see the pale shape of an rifting through candlelit halls. Some say they see a young woman's figure reflected in the brass doors, standing where no one should be. In the early 1800s, the Bell family claimed to be haunted by a violent spirit on their farm. Neighbors testified to strange noises, invisible attacks, and whispered threats. This luxury hotel was meant to open in 1912, under the watch of its builder, Charles Melville Hayes. But fate intervened. Hayes perished aboard the Titanic, leaving the hotel unfinished. Guests now say Hayes never truly departed. Some report seeing a man in early 1900s attire pacing the halls or staring from windows at the Ottawa River. Deep in the canals of Zocamilco, Don Julian Santana Barrera lived alone and discovered the body of a drowned girl. To appease her spirit, he began hanging dolls from trees all over the island. Over decades, the dolls multiplied, hundreds of cracked faces and staring eyes watching silently from branches. At 10 Bells pub, where many of the Ripper's victims once drank, staff feel cold spots and hear footsteps on empty stairs. Some see a woman's shadow vanish through the door just before closing time, as if retracing her final steps. We leave Whitechapel's gas lamps and cross the ocean to Los Angeles. There stands the towering and troubled Cecil Hotel. Here, on a warm June night in 1912, the Moore family and 2 overnight guests were murdered in their sleep by an unknown intruder with an axe. No suspect was ever found. Over a century later, the Villisca Axe murder house stands still and waiting. Visitors whisper of children's laughter drifting through empty rooms or shadowy shapes that peek from doorways. Guests speak of eerie footsteps following them down the hallway, or an elevator that seems to stop on floors uncalled for. From the city's neon glow, we drift to a quiet farmhouse in Villisca, Iowa. Paranormal seekers have felt icy touches on their arms and seen doors slam shut when the night is calm and still. Next, we find ourselves in Chicago's dark past, the site of H. H. Holmes's infamous murder castle during the 1893 World's Fair, though the original structure was demolished. Locals say the land remembers. Traveling north, we arrive in Canada's Grand Fairmont Chateau Laurier in Ottawa. His ghost is a gentle one, more guardian than menace, reminding visitors of tragedies that ripple through time. Further south, we reach the historic streets of New Orleans, where crime and hauntings walk hand in hand. In the early 1800s, Madame Delphine Laurie's brutal mistreatment of enslaved people horrified the city. Moving into the Tennessee woods, we meet the legend of the bell which, some believe the haunting was tied to a land dispute or a family secret buried deep. Let us drift to Australia, where the Monte Cristo homestead sits high on a hill in Junee, New South Wales. Today, the homestead is called Australia's most haunted house. Back in the United States, in Fall River, Massachusetts, the infamous Lizzie Borden house stands quiet but not empty. Their daughter Lizzie was tried for the crime, but acquitted. We travel across the Atlantic once more to Ireland's Loftus Hall on the Hook Peninsula. Anne lost her mind and was locked away until her death. Some say family secrets and untold violence underlie the legend. Finally, we visit Mexico City's eerie island of the Dolls. In 2001, Don Julian drowned in the same canal. So now, my dear listener, you rest safe while these stories drift far away. Thank you for listening to Bedtime Myths and Mysteries. Sleep softly, sleep deeply, and good night.